Yes guys, how's it going? Welcome back to a new video. Hope you guys are all enjoying your Saturday bank holiday. I'm actually recording this in the morning, probably won't post it till a little bit later on, so I've got a cup of tea. I'm actually heading off to go and watch Newcastle Fans TV versus the Loaded Mag at the Newcastle Foundation Centre later on, so I don't know if I'll do a video. I might post a few things on Instagram, so go and check out my Instagram. But before I head off, I wanted to do a quick video because as of last night, it is now being reported that Newcastle United have agreed a new £25 million shirt sponsor deal, and it is not a Saudi Arabian company. Lots of people have been speculating that it could be Saudi Air and a few other ones. Well, no, according to the Times, the Daily Mail, a few other sources, as of yesterday evening, Newcastle have struck a deal, and we are waiting to find out exactly who it is. Now, I don't even have a Fun 88 top on. I do have one over here, though. Fun 88, we know we don't have the best deal with. It's reported that we are getting paid about £8 million a season for Fun 88, so this will... 1 8 is 8, 2 is 16, 3 it's 24, triple our revenue through shirt sponsors, which straight away is a big step up. It's also said that we ended that Fun 88 sponsor 2 years early. The contract that was agreed with the previous owner was understood to be quite a long running one, and thankfully we've been able to exit it a little bit early. Part of that, which I discussed in a previous video, is that by the 24-25 season, you cannot have gambling sponsors on the front of football shirts anymore. So I think that was a bit of... Obviously, Newcastle wanted to move them out. I think one of the big things since the owners have come in is to try and bump things up, bulk things up, try and bring in more commercial revenue to help us with our spend and the ability to move Fun 88 on, the helpfulness to kind of say to Fun 88, by the way, you're actually only going to get one more year. If you don't take our payoff, your contract will be ripped in half when the rules come in that you can't have a gambling sponsor. So, yeah, we are making progress. Now, it has not been revealed who the shirt sponsor is. It's said that will be revealed next month. Well, I'm not surprised, because the season will be coming to an end, and I've no doubt they'll be wanting to promote these new shirts by the end of next month. So it is exciting. They reckon that it will be another Middle Eastern country company, but not Saudi Arabia. And there's question marks of kind of why, how, what's really going on there. And I think Newcastle owners are being a little bit careful with what they're doing. Now, let's not forget they actually brought in a new rule just because of Newcastle, the new fair market value regulations in terms of how much you are allowed to be sponsored in relation to how the club did that season in the league, and you can't just jump from one fee to another. And we'll talk a little bit about the fee in a moment, because I actually have some comparisons compared to some other Premier League teams as how we will fit with 25 million compared to others, and kind of the reaction from some Newcastle fans and some fans from other teams as well. But yeah, generally speaking though, I think Newcastle are being a little bit careful, and because of the links that Newcastle owners have to, well, the country of Saudi Arabia obviously, and you talk about like Saudi Air, Saudi Golf, the PIF, they've got their hands in a lot of different companies, and you're not meant to have dealings with your own. As I say, it didn't seem to bother them when Mike Ashley was having Sports Direct all over the stadium, but now apparently it's a big deal, and you can't do that. So I think there's a lot of that going on there. I think they're being quite clever with what they do, and just making sure this kind of thing runs smoothly through the club. The main thing is the money will get to come in. And I'll talk a little bit about money, spend, how this could affect us in the transfer window later on as well. But as Eddie Howe said, we don't have a bottomless pit of money. If I'm totally honest, I think the Newcastle owners do have a bottomless pit of money. The problem is that the regulations don't let you spend it all, do they? You have to earn the money, spend the money you earn. This kind of thing will help. And we've seen it since Darren Eales, Peter Silverstone came in. Even the fact that we are going to the USA this summer for our pre-season tour. The reason we're doing that is because it's probably not as much money, but it's getting on him out there. You say it's not money, but it's getting out there to a huge audience out in America who will buy it in Newcastle, who will buy the shirts, who will buy this new shirt that we've got coming out in a month's time. We're not going to York for our pre-season tour this time. You know, we're seeing it going out to Dubai, going out to Austria last year as well. So we are trying to do things right, and I think having people like Darren Eales, Peter Silverstone are a big part of getting that right. Now, in terms of the £25 million, how does that compare to other Premier League clubs? So, that would actually sit us, as you can see on screen, hopefully if I've edited this properly, that actually puts us 7th in the Premier League based on current match sponsor revenue. So you've got Man City top with 67.5 million, you've got Liverpool, Manchester United, Spurs, Chelsea, Arsenal, then it kind of drops down like West Ham's on 10 million, so we were even less than that. We were sitting at about 8 million. With our new sponsor, it would drop us in there just behind, well, the current top 6, which has changed quite nicely for us this season. But that's kind of where it's dropping us in. You've got fans from other clubs who are reading what they're commenting on and just saying, here we go, here comes the money, Shane McMahon walking out, amazing, here comes the money. Well, no, actually, that's the thing, 25 million doesn't suddenly blow us out the water and put us at the top of the lists, which some people might have thought they would. It puts us, you could say it puts us not high enough compared to some of the other teams in there that we have got done better than this season, but technically, we haven't got Champions League football yet. So although it looks likely, and you think really we probably signed this deal a good few months ago now, and Newcastle have stated as part of the article, as I say, by the Times, by the Daily Mail, that this does put us under the fair market value regulations. I would not be surprised at all if Newcastle are literally doing these deals in conjunction with the Premier League to make sure that this stuff goes through correctly, because the last thing they need to do is announce a new shirt sponsor and for the Premier League to come out and actually go, actually no. So I think sitting at 25 million, it lands us in there to keep things happy with the Premier League, but it's still a decent, as I say, a 3 times jump on what we were getting last time out, and it wouldn't surprise me if Newcastle have been clever enough, unlike the previous owners, to sign a 7-year deal, and in 5 years' time, when we are Champions League, when we are competing for Premier League, that we have the ability to basically move that scale up. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a 1-year rolling contract. We don't know who it is yet, but as I say, I would not be surprised if it's a 1-year rolling contract. Oh, hang on, we did get Champions League, right, bump that up next year. Oh, hang on, we got second the year after. All right, bump that up. Well, we actually got to another cup final, won a cup. Who knows? You know, we're not going to go out there and just put a fixed stamp on a price and then regret it in 5 years' time. I think Newcastle are cleverer than that now. Then you've got, as I say, Newcastle fans who are saying 25 million. That doesn't seem that much. I mean, 25 million extra in the summer window would be lovely, but you think, like, for a full year's sponsor, I mean, as I've said, it compares pretty relatively to what other clubs are getting, but you've got to think that's just part of the pot that we are putting into. They reckon that Newcastle will get closer to 35 million this season in TV revenues alone, compared to the previous season of about 18, 19 million. So almost doubling our money we're getting off the TV, because we're playing so much better, because the football's so much nicer to watch. Sky Sports, BT, everybody wants to put us on the telly. We are literally on the telly all the time at the moment. I've moaned about the Sunday kickoffs enough in the videos, so I won't do it again. But it's great for fans who can't get to the stadium. It's great for fans who are further afield. It's great to, I say, it's not just the TV revenue, it's the fact that it's being played all around the world on these tellies, and people want to get involved. So you've got the TV revenue, you've got the new £25 million sponsor. If we get 4th place, 3rd place this season, that's money coming in from the Premier League we didn't already have. Qualifying for the Champions League, that brings in a bumper as well. And then we're still waiting to hear on other things like Stadium name. Could that be something that maybe changes? I really don't see them changing the badge or anything like that. I think the stadium name is probably the only one I could maybe see them making a move on. And it wouldn't be totally away from St James's Park. I think the new owners are too clever for that, but I could see it being St James's Park incorporated by whoever this new sponsor is. It's possible. I don't like it, but it's all put into that pot. And the difference is, look, the Sports Direct signs were crap. No one what it made the stadium look. In my opinion, I'll say it made the stadium look tatty. Didn't like it. And what made that worse was we saw none of that money. Nothing was ever spent. It went nowhere. The difference is this time round, if we do make these deals, if we do make these agreements on sponsors, the fans will see it. The money will go back to the fans. It'll go back to stadium expansions. It'll go to fun zones, fan zones. It'll go to players. It'll go to having nicer beers in the concourse. Hopefully, like it's going somewhere, and I think that makes a big difference. And that brings us on to Castore as well. That's the other thing. So we're getting there. Funny 88, it's on its way out. Love this shirt, by the way. If only it didn't have Funny 88 across the front of it. Castore. Now, it's understood that, I mean, we've seen it. We've seen Adidas officials at the ground watching the games with Amanda, and Darren Eales has got the links from when he was at his previous clubs as well. So did Newcastle. Newcastle have the links to Adidas for many, many years. So I think Adidas is one that people would like to see. It's understood that we still have 1 year left of Castore. I'm not surprised Castore are printing about 7 new tops a week because they're trying to get as much money out of this deal while they can. But it means everyone's got plenty of choice, and yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Castore. I would say, as I say, I think this is a good shirt. I think the home shirt we've got this season has been better than some recent ones with the thinner stripes. I prefer it. Like, I don't think it's been bad. It's more about like the service and people getting ones without the logos on, with things peeling off, and people getting Rangers tops and Aston Villa tops instead of Newcastle ones. I mean, it's not good. And I think Adidas is one that a lot of people like. But yeah, so that's it. We've signed a new shirt sponsor deal. It'll be interesting to see what it's revealed as next month. Hopefully we can just keep taking those steps. I mean, obviously everything's just moving in fast motion because Eddie Howe and the lads are doing so well. I spoke about this in another video about this 5-year plan. It's just getting fast-tracked. We're going to have to be quick with the training ground. We're going to have to be quicker with the stadium expansions. We're going to have to be quicker with all this stuff because no one expected Eddie Howe and the Mags and the lads to be doing it quite so good, quite so quick. And it's having to fast track now the shirt sponsor deals. And can we have the money to spend this summer window to try and back how good this team are doing right now? You let me know your thoughts down below on the new £25 million shirt sponsor deal. Have you got any ideas of who it could be? Do you think 25 million is about right compared to some of the other teams? Do you think we should be getting more? Yeah, I think it is what it is for now. Because it's year one, the owners want to be careful. As soon as the years go on, I'm telling you right now, it'll start rolling. It'll be a roll. We haven't signed a 7-year deal of 25 million or whatever. It will be rolling, and it will go up every single year. So I wouldn't be as worried about the money just yet. As I say, we're taking steps, and they're all in the right direction. Alright guys, thanks for watching. As always, drop a like, subscribe. If you haven't checked out my Instagram yet already, that's today's plug. The link will be in the description. Go check it out. Go to see some of the guys this afternoon. Should be good fun. It's all for charity as well, for Gateshead Food Bank. So we'll actually put the link down for that in the description if you want to go and check it out. It's Johnny from Newcastle Fans TV who's been sorting all that out. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll catch you later.